For a while now, I think by this point everyone has heard of this new mod. It's a mod that launched back in June, and as much as I'm kind of late to the party, and I am fair to say pretty dang late, I finally have came to my review of SPV3. Now, I will be honest, my, gameplay between this mod is highly minimum. In fact, I never really got the chance to play SPV3 itself, rather SPV2, back when I used to own a Windows computer, but not anymore, sadly. But SPV3, I've looked careful gameplay, I looked at the walkthroughs upon all of this, and I carefully, kind of looked behind the scenes upon how this mod was crafted and what it was meant to be. And this isn't really a full-fledged review of the mod, but rather how can SPV3 impact the Halo franchise? Because honestly, I am in no place to review this, and honestly, I have no point to. Obviously, like everyone else, I relatively would enjoy this mod. It has everything that I've been wanting out of a Halo game for quite a while, and the honest truth is that if this was taken into a remastered graphical setting, I'd probably consider it one of, if not the best based, not only looking Halo game by design, but also by, just gameplay in general. What makes this game so good is essentially, and I think it's fair to say that this is an original game in a retrospect. Yes, it shares the same levels and stories that the original Halo Combat Evolved provide, but the gameplay and the design and the balancing and the variety is so different that at this point even the AI tweaks make this a complete new experience. And that's the thing, and that's what turned many people off with this mod. It's the fact that people constantly try to compare this to the original Halo Combat Evolved. But I don't think it's fair to. Halo Combat Evolved in a retrospect is an excellent game. Don't let my top 7 picks tell you otherwise. As much as I made that and I find some Halo games better designed, as a retrospect, that's only because the flaws of the later half of the game shows. But the thing here is I'm reviewing this part, well, not even reviewing, but describing the first 5 missions under this take on. And in retrospect, the way it's designed is really good. The way it's designed is well balanced, well crafted, the levels are expanded. And honestly, I believe that this would be such a great design if it could be expanded upon. Sadly, it can't, but if it could probably make such a great tool and asset in the long run. Now, enough upon SPV3 as a mod, because the mod is great, it's fantastic, near perfect. So, how do I feel upon this affecting the Halo franchise? Well, honestly, what I can say is this. The Halo franchise could be affected by this mainly because of one big reason. Its design. People have mostly been praising this design. It's been heavily... And it's like... I don't believe this mod is going to directly go to 343 and make them say, ooh, I believe that we should do this mod. No, that's not how it's going to work. That's never how it works. But I'm saying how it could work is essentially, I think it can work in a different way, where basically instead of just this mod affecting it, it can affect the community, because all of us, mostly I would say, would universally love this mod. It's such a good design. It's well crafted, the AI is great, the weapon variety is great, it adds complete original weapons and vehicles, adding in vehicles and weapons from the lore, and it makes this overall a respectable and, lovable craft work. And essentially, this is going to affect us because what our effects is, we can affect 343. And we can ask upon this and get 343 to try to lean towards this design. The fact of the matter is this. SPV3 was never meant to replace the original CE. It was never meant to quote-unquote, while yes, it is considered a quote-unquote upgrade to the original CE experience, the original CE is unreplaceable in a nutshell. You know, the time it came in and the, you know, impact that it laid, nothing can live up to that. Not even, you know, a mod that quote-unquote makes its game betterly designed, and that's debatable to some people. For example, one thing that they changed that I know some people are skeptical about is the way the Magnum is now. It's no longer the overly OP weapon that it was in previous Halo titles. You know, obviously it's still really good in this mod, but it's not to that point where it's like the insane overpowered pistol that everyone's grown accustomed to, and that kind of upsets some people. But, like I said, what's big about this game is it's not meant as a replacement, it's meant as an addition. It's there to introduce a new type of formula to the experience, and I think they do it well. It has a lot of toys, a lot of sandbox. Like, this is exactly what Halo's been going for, is it not? Isn't that what people praised Halo for by design? It being a sandbox with a bunch of toys, bunch of enemy types, having a huge amount of variety and well-crafted worlds and such. And this is something that's kind of been missing in the later titles. But this is something that kind of restores that in a way. And I believe if we give enough praise to this mod and see it for what it is and truly, you know, use this as a example for a direction that 343 could go in with its campaign level design, like we already know for a fact that the next Halo is going to involve a Halo ring in some way, shape, or form. That legendary ending of Halo 5 proved it. Halo 6, more likely than not, will take place solely on St. Helios and this new ring planet. Whether or not it's a reconstructed installation 04, 03, or a completely new installation entirely, we don't know. But I believe it will take place on a Halo ring. So in this retrospect, I believe 343 could take inspiration from SPV3 and design everything accordingly. Have it where you're on this hostile Halo ring. It has wildlife. It has all these security protocols. And while you're there, you're having to fight like, I don't know, either a Covenant Remnant or the Banished, or heck, maybe even an alliance force with Cortana. And then you have to fight Promethean forces as well. And it creates this tension and this conflict being that makes you feel like kind of back how you felt when you were playing the original Halo. And I believe it'd be a great throwback, especially if Halo 6 is the wrap-up to this new Reclaimer trilogy, or at the very least the Master Chief story. Then why not end it where it began? Why not end it with it being on a Halo ring? That's what Bungie did right with Halo 3. It was like, with Halo 3, they ended it where it began. It started on Halo, it ended on Halo. And it was like, it's interesting to think about, but it's like you could do that again. And it would, in my opinion, I think it would please a lot of fans. It would definitely introduce new ways. And nowadays you could do so much detail now. Like, look at this. These Marines here, you know, being stabbed through the stuff. Like, this is detail none of the Halo games were able to do. Now, yes, this would definitely bring things up to a mature rating. And I'm not saying you even have to do that, but I'm just saying, with the power of the Xbox One in the hands of another Halo ring, such as Halo Combat Evolved's design, you could recreate a Halo ring to look really good, really beautiful. And I think where Halo CEA had problems is Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, it was great looking. It was a great looking game, a great looking Halo game. The art style was really nice. Even though I had complaints with it, it was still really nice. But the problem is they expanded nothing. There was nothing, like, expanded because it was just remastering the original game. And that's where SPV3 does better. SPV3 does expand the horizon of the levels. It expands the game design, and it overall creates something that's a new type of experience. And I'm thinking in my mind, if SPV3 can do this, something based off the original Halo 1 engine, something crafted by not to say this in offense because I'm proud, but mostly just, you know, modders. You know, like if a mod people can, you know, like people who create mods, if they can go this far, why can't 343? And that's the general principle I want to hold on to. It's that these mod creators had created a mod that is so big and expansive that this is easily, even though this is, you know, like based off the original Combat Evolved, this is the most next-gen Halo I've seen in my life. I don't care what people say graphically and stuff. Graphics don't make a game. Level design and art style do. Enemies do. Game design does. And, you know, as much as like from a technical standpoint, these graphics aren't that advanced, the art style is fantastic. It actually reminds me a lot of Reach's art style in a way. Combined with the original Combat Evolved's art style, and heck, even a little bit of inspiration from art styles from like concept art, and even a little bit of Halo Wars. But it looks really good. It's a great looking game. The gameplay is solid, and you know, in general, these levels are so great. Like if no one told me that this was just a mod, I probably would have mistaken this for a different Halo game. Now, obviously, yes, I wouldn't think it's a new Halo game because I could tell by the graphics it'd be old. But I would think maybe this is like a, like, I don't know, like a Halo, just a different kind of Halo game. You know, back in the day, but something made by Bungie. But it's like, the design of the game is so well done, it's just like, it's like I'm just thinking, why can't 343 do this? You know? So honestly, guys, tell me what you think. Do you think 343 should go in this direction and try and make a Halo game kind of like SPV3 by having all these toy designs and big open worlds and such, kind of going back to the Halo CE design? Or do you kind of like the design the way it is? Or do you think it should go back to a different Halo design, like Halo 3 or Halo 2 or heck, maybe even Halo Reach a little bit? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Post in the comments what you think. Like this video up, subscribe. I'm kind of apologizing for the rambling, but I didn't really have too much to talk about in this video. But I did want to kind of give my miniature thoughts of SPV3 and kind of, you know, I believe it deserves the credit that I stated, and I believe it deserves to be commended. So yeah, guys, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Please like it up, subscribe, and until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.